Hey everybody, Fantron here, and today we're going to continue on playing Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Where we last left off, Snake was in a bit of trouble. No, that's not it. There we go. So I remember I told you the entire part of the tanker was one entire part. So if you missed that, go ahead and watch that before you watch this. And I'll put a link in the description or something to the previous video. But this is technically where Metal Gear Solid 2 starts for most people.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEALs Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
Excuse me.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
I'm trying to find the perfect place for the mic. There we go.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion. What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James
The
Johnson.
president?
president?
Oh no.
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
Jesus. We don't want that. We want to protect our environment and our little water
You
creatures.
have two mission objectives. One, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages.
Snake's looking a little
And
small.
two, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
All right.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated
Oh
Raiden.
boy.
All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part.
Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the back button. When we need to reach...
It's enough of that.
The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Alrighty. Now we are taking control of not codename Snake, but codename Raiden instead. Oops, did not mean to do that. Get up there. How do I get up there? Action button. There we go. Okay, we got bugs all over the place. Let's go in here. With our IR goggles. I believe there's a ration right there. Pick that up. Alright, so what today's sit down is pretty much going to comprise of is us getting to the first boss. The next sit downs will also be just like that. We'll keep playing until we get to a boss. And then after we defeat the boss, we will save. So that's how it goes until the end of the game. Open? Nothing. Open? Ration. Alright. Cool. What the? That camera, Jesus.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gurlukovich man.
Gurlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Alrighty then. So we know that Golukovich's men are probably here, or more than likely here. Those are the same dudes. Pretty convenient. All things considered. Damn. Was knocking people out.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take...
Alright, pretty much they're going to explain the radar system, and we have to take advantage of the intruder's work. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, sleep-ass bitches. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Get our radar system working. That was pleasant. Not really. Alright, now we got our successful login. Get to go ahead and make a name, so we'll just put in. There we go. There we go. Pretty much the same stuff that we were dealing with before. Quit change, equip, unequip, previous. We'll just go to unequip. It's easier for me to remember. Oh, we're not going back to the title screen. Jesus. Alright, exit.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now.
Remember your vehicle.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and we meet his woman, who also gives us, she's our Naomi now. We're going to skip all that, because in all honesty, I just hate them when they talk. Alright, these guys are about to wake up. Alright, the elevator's coming down. Oh, come on.
Raiden, the enemy sent.
Be careful. Gotta hide.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
Alright, the elevator's back, so now we can go in and get through. Let's see if we can do this without getting caught. Jesus! Whoops. Didn't mean to kick the shit out of that dude. I meant to choke him. I gotta be a little bit closer. I gotta be like humping that guy to get in there. Alright, now we get to see the face. Practically in Metal Gear Solid fashion.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
What?
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Oh, that's impossible.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Wait, I don't get it. Why are you talking to him again? You just talked to him. Damn it.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
They're gonna explain the whole complex, more or less.
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Alright. So now we go find a node. Let's go ahead here and get this. Bandages, very important. Need those for later. There's bird poop. Oh, by the way, if you, I believe if you run back and forth or actually start running, you'll slip in the bird poop. Oh, come on! Jesus!
Raiden, SEAL Team 10
Get
is
real.
in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
Alright. Finally, we can probably play the game a little bit more now. I do love the Metal Gear Solid series, but what I hate is just the beginnings of the Metal Gear Solid series, where they talk you to death about everything.
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first floor to you, okay?
Understood.
Okay? These guys. I wonder if Russians are upset about this. Alright, that's the node.
Colonel, I've located the node, but it's under heavy surveillance. I can't get in any closer.
Distract them. Try making some noise to draw their attention away.
How?
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch
Okay.
button.
Got it.
Alright, teaching you the distraction mechanic. You could do that. I mean, that's pretty practical. Action button. You can log into the node. Hope he doesn't make as much noise as he did last time. Alright. Same thing. But it pretty much... Oh, God, come on.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Kidding me? Get up.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Communications with the first floor, Strata have ceased.
Really? Do you have to talk to them every time?
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
Face any waist-high railing and push the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
All right.
Some of those I gotta remember. That they only talk to you to explain shit. But anyway, the reason why you do want to do this is because those railings that you walk on make noise. So I just better hope that this dude turns around by then. And seeing as how I can't knock them all out with one punch anymore. Come on. There we get our grip level. And you press the action button to get back up. Do not press the circle button if you're playing the PlayStation version, or the B button if you're playing the Xbox 360 version. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Oh. The people are dead. I guess you gotta get back on your codex and talk to Colonel again. You big baby. Damn. Get tore up.
Tommy